Hi everybody, welcome. I'm really excited to be here today. I am Ariana Lise Newcomer. My business is Reclaim Your Authentic Voice. And today I'm going to be talking about speaking your value. Your voice is you. Your voice is your primary instrument of communication and connection. And most of us take it totally for granted. We don't think about it. We don't realize that we can actually change our speaking voices. But the quality of your speaking voice affects your ability to connect, it affects your business success, and it affects all of your relationships. And I'd like you to think for a moment about some of the voices that you know. When I ask people to think about voices and how voices affect them, they start to go, oh yeah, there was that coach and I was on his teleseminar and I decided I really couldn't work with him because of his voice. Or, you know, I have a friend and it drives me nuts. She talks like a little kid all the time and she's this grown woman. It just drives me crazy. Right? Or there's this guy at work and his voice is just so loud all the time. I can't, it's like being assaulted. Right? So voice quality affects all of us all the time, yet we don't even think about it. So I'd like you to think about your voice and how your voice quality can improve to actually improve your relationships, your personal creativity, your self-expression, and your business success. The 6 ways your voice is sabotaging you. Number 1 is if your voice makes people uncomfortable or irritated. And I just demonstrated that kind of really authoritative, bombastic voice that really feels like being assaulted with sound, doesn't it? You're like leaning back in your chairs there, right? That's one way that a voice quality can make people feel uncomfortable. And there's another one that we think of as nasal. It's this kind of voice quality. And sometimes if someone really has it very strongly, it's just really, really hard to listen to, isn't it? You should see your faces. You're like, right. But there is something about that voice quality that is actually really useful and really important. So if any of you out there have that voice quality, I want you to know you have a nugget of gold in there, because that voice is really easy to hear. That voice cuts right over the noise in a restaurant, in a crowded room, and that person is not working hard to do that. So if you have that type of voice, when I work with clients who have that type of voice, I don't want them to lose all of it. I want them to keep some of it. But we work to soften the voice so that it is more comfortable to listen to and still retains that quality of being easily heard. Number 2 of the ways that your voice is sabotaging you is if your voice is monotonous or boring. And I'm sure you've all experienced being in a classroom with a teacher who was droning on and on and on. They may have been teaching for years and years the same material and they're giving it out like this and you're all going, right? It's really important to use expression. We usually don't use all of the expressive capability in our voices. And as soon as I picked up the expression in my voice again, you all went, oh, your brain went, oh, there's something for me to pay attention to now. So if you have this monotonous, boring voice, and you may think that you do, you may not even realize that you do. So ask your friends, Jesus, my voice is a little boring. If it is, play. Let yourself play with expression. Get out some kids' books. Read Dr. Seuss. And play around with your voice. Practice playing with silly voices. Play and get a lot more expression into your voice, and you will automatically be more engaging and inspiring to your audience. Number 3, this is a really important one. If your voice doesn't match your message, people are going to be really confused and it's going to be really hard to understand what you say. Now here's an example. I'm really excited about that trip tomorrow. I'm so looking forward to going on this trip. Really? I am so excited about going on this trip tomorrow. Wow, I mean, whew, I just can hardly wait. Did I get you? Yeah. Now, here's another one. I love you. I love you. Really? So the tone of your voice conveys a large part of your message. And if the tone of your voice doesn't match your words, people are not going to understand you. They'll feel confused, and they'll be uncomfortable. They won't want to listen, and they'll back off. So practice making your tone of voice match your message, and use expression.